I want to take a bite.
Okay.
It was so worth the wait.
It's only...
So this morning has been an interesting morning to say the least, but as Kirsten always says, everything happens for a reason, which I'm actually super excited. We had a plan and we have everything we need except for the ribs. I was going to do 3 different racks of baby backs, 3 different styles, and kind of compare and contrast and see what we like best. Of course, my go-to, and then some wrapped and some other stuff. That didn't happen because what is it, Prop
12.
Prop 12? Yeah, there's like pork issues everywhere in California, so nobody had ribs. And then I'm like, okay, let's try for a pork shoulder. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll make pulled pork. And a bone-in pork shoulder was, what was 70?
No, it was like $86.
$86 for a bone-in pork shoulder. And I'm like, for that price, no way in hell. So I'm now thrilled because we're making plate ribs, which are way better than either of those two, if done correctly. I haven't had a chance to look at these yet, but we called up the butcher and said, wrap up some plate ribs, and they were just slightly more expensive than a damn pork shoulder.
Maybe we should give him a shout out.
Adam's Meat Shop in, yep.
Yeah.
So here they are.
I haven't looked at them yet.
Yeah, they need some trimming for sure, but they look pretty darn good. It'll take some time. We'll get some of this stuff trimmed up. It's not bad though. I mean, it looks pretty good. We'll get some of the silver skin underneath off and then talk about seasoning them up, get them on the grill or on the smoker. And then we're gonna have a really, really late dinner because it's already 12 o'clock. So I don't even think we're gonna be eating before like 10 or 11.
Oh, great.
Yum. Finished trimming them up. I got my personal rub I made. Basically, it's just salt, pepper, garlic, and beef rib rub. And I had hoped for a little bit more fat on this one because I was going to render down some beef tallow. I'll use what I have there. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot out of it though. But I'll throw that in a pan, cook it down a little bit, put it on the grill, let it keep some moisture in the air. And then, yeah, so easy. Like, these are the easiest ones. You set them for forever, 4 hours, I think, before we're even going to touch them.
Oh.
And then we'll just start spraying them. And we'll spray them about every hour. And then probably wrap them just under 200 degrees, somewhere between 195 and 200 degrees. Wrap them, probably cool off a little bit. We'll put them back on, let them finish. And when they're probe tender, they're ready to come off and rest for 2 hours.
Oh, so we will be eating at midnight.
I wasn't joking. It's going to be a late night. Yeah, these are ready to go on. So 4 hours. Oh, 275 is what I'm going to cook them at. I might bump them up to 300 at some point. Maybe around the 160 mark. Let's make
They
some.
look pretty.
Yeah, let's make some flat ribs. Plate ribs, flat ribs. I hate it. I hate those too bad. We're just about at the 4 hour mark on the ribs, so it's almost time to go outside and check them. I just wanted to go over a couple of things because it's raining outside and I don't feel like standing in the rain with a camera at the grill for too long. And I don't like to leave the box open for too long either. So I mentioned earlier that beef ribs or plate ribs are pretty damn easy to do. I think there are a few important things though that I was planning on talking about outside. One, I don't know if you noticed, but earlier I left the membrane on the bottom. It's really a pain in the butt to get off. It's not necessary. It's the only thing that holds those bones in on the rib, and you need them. So I always opt out of doing that. You eat around them anyway. 2, wrapping, it's optional. I'm gonna wrap these, 1, to speed them up because I already mentioned we're gonna have like a super late eat. I usually would wrap like around 190, 195-ish, somewhere in there. I may, if I get a really good bark developed, wrap them earlier to try and push the cook along a little bit faster so we're not eating at midnight tonight. But I like to finish them, I wrap them at like 195, take them up to 210, rest them. Resting is really important. So what happens is those muscle fibers, they constrict as you heat the meat up. So it forces all of the juices into the center of the meat. And when you rest those and bring the temperature down, they start to relax, and that pushes the juices back out into the meat, and that's how you get a really tender piece of meat. Otherwise, when you cut it open, sometimes it looks like glued together sawdust, or like plywood almost, when you really want like that juicy, squishy piece of meat. I think I covered everything I was planning on mentioning. Oh, I am going to put a little bit of tallow in my wrap. I'm going to wrap in butcher paper. Not too much because I don't want to take the bark off, but I definitely do like to soften. Personally, for me, I like to soften the bark up just a little bit. If that's not your thing, you like to smoke it all the way through and you like a really good, like a burn end, which my wife would say, yeah, please burn ends all the way around. Then, yeah, just skip the wrap and smoke it through. Might also push it up to 300 degrees if I need to, but I want to keep it at 275 the whole time. Let's go outside. It's raining like hell, so we're going to take a quick peek though. And it looks perfect for 4 hours. We're starting to get a little bit of bark on it. Nothing crazy, but it's still early. And it's pulling back off the bone nicely. So I'm just going to probe it. Actually, I'm going to rotate it and then probe it. And give it a quick spritz. And we're going to let it go for about another hour before we come take a look and spray it again in the rain. So just pulled it off, time to wrap. Bark looks great on it. I'm only going to use, like I said, a little bit of the smoked tallow that I had on the smoker. I pulled that off just a little bit ahead of time to try and get it to paste up somewhat, because I'm probably just going to paint it on my butcher paper. But let's take a quick temp on it. So 196, 193-ish. So we're like right where we want to be. So let's get it wrapped and get it back on the grill. And it's going on until it's done, which should hopefully be around, the 210 degree mark. I don't know how long that's going to take, to be honest. This thing's actually been flying.
We needed the flash.
Are you going?
Yes.
Oh. I forgot to say inside, meat side up. And also the paper wasn't exactly the length that I wanted it, so I had a little bit of a time, but it's good to go. It's back on, and hopefully another couple hours, or probably about an hour and a half, I'd say, and then a couple hour rest. You did it. Take a look at that. This is super, super soft and bouncy. Still needs to rest for quite a little while, but God, it smells perfect. This is why this is just the most perfect rib on the planet. To me, the best there is for barbecue, hands down. About right there.
Oh, 208, 209.
Yeah, perfect.
It was 209.5.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap this baby. We'll make some potatoes in the meantime. We don't need the video for that. Let's see how we did. Mommy made some really good baked potatoes here for the side. This meat's rested for quite a little bit now. Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow.
No complaints on that. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. I can't wait to have a bite. See if we- It was so worth the wait.
It's only midnight. Look at that. Oh my God.
It's seriously heaven in my mouth. Oh
I
man.
can't wait. My mouth is watering.
It was perfect. I mean, it's never perfect. I don't even know what to say. I'm so tired. It's been a long day. But, I mean, you gotta, oh, I can't even switch.
Oh wow.
Yep.
OMG.
It's ridiculous.